with a team that goes above and beyond. Fiber-powered speeds up to 1 gig, and 99.9% reliability at any hour, in any room. You won't have to think about your internet again. Go to breezeline.com for internet that propels life forward.
Here at Mountain Esports, we take it to the next level. Our players have the ability to travel, compete, and even participate on the caffeine committee. Check out the Insta to see what's new with Mountain Esports today.
At the Mount, things are, well, elevated. And it's not just because we're on a mountain. The experience at a small college like Mount Aloysius is actually personal. The faculty and staff know my goals. It's a level of support you won't find at other colleges. And the Mount backs it up with career-focused partnerships and majors. As soon as I visited, it just felt like home. That's what makes this place different. Makes college elevated. Mount Aloysius College.
You have more important things in life to think about than your internet. At BreezeLine, we propel life forward with home internet so reliable, you don't have to think about it. With a team that goes above and beyond. Fiber-powered speeds up to 1 gig, and 99.9% reliability at any hour, in any room. You won't have to think about your internet again. Go to breezeline.com for internet that propels life forward.
Here at Mountain Esports, we take it to the next level. Our players have the ability to travel, compete, and even participate on the caffeine committee. Check out the Insta to see what's new with Mountain Esports today.
At the Mount, things are, well, elevated. And it's not just because we're on a mountain. The experience at a small college like Mount Aloysius is actually personal. The faculty and staff know my goals. It's a level of support you won't find at other colleges. And the Mount backs it up with career-focused partnerships and majors. As soon as I visited, it just felt like home. That's what makes this place different. Makes college elevated. Mount Aloysius College.
You have more important things in life to think about than your internet. At BreezeLine, we propel life forward with home internet so reliable, you don't have to think about it. With a team that goes above and beyond, fiber-powered speeds up to 1 gig, and 99.9% reliability at any hour, in any room. You won't have to think about your internet again. Go to breezeline.com for internet that propels life forward.
Here at Mountain Esports, we take it to the next level. Our players have the ability to travel, compete, and even participate on the caffeine committee. Check out the Insta to see what's new with Mountain Esports today.
At the Mount, things are, well, elevated. And it's not just because we're on a mountain. The experience at a small college like Mount Aloysius is actually personal. The faculty and staff know my goals. It's a level of support you won't find at other colleges. And the Mount backs it up with career-focused partnerships and majors. As soon as I visited, it just felt like home. That's what makes this place different. Makes college elevated. Mount Aloysius College.
You have more important things in life to think about than your internet. At BreezeLine, we propel life forward with home internet so reliable, you don't have to think about it. With a team that goes above and beyond, fiber-powered speeds up to 1 gig, and 99.9% reliability at any hour, in any room. You won't have to think about your internet again. Go to breezeline.com for internet that propels life forward.
Here at Mountain Esports, we take it to the next level. Our players have the ability to travel, compete, and even participate on the caffeine committee. Check out the Insta to see what's new with Mountain Esports today.
At the Mount, things are, well, elevated. And it's not just because we're on a mountain. The experience at a small college like Mount Aloysius is actually personal. The faculty and staff know my goals. It's a level of support you won't find at other colleges. And the Mount backs it up with career-focused partnerships and majors. As soon as I visited, it just felt like home. That's what makes this place different. Makes college elevated. Mount Aloysius College.
You have more important things in life to think about than your internet. At BreezeLine, we propel life forward with home internet so reliable, you don't have to think about it. With a team that goes above and beyond, fiber-powered speeds up to 1 gig, and 99.9% reliability at any hour, in any room. You won't have to think about your internet again. Go to breezeline.com for internet that propels life forward.
Here at Mountain Esports, we take it to the next level. Our players have the ability to travel, compete, and even participate on the caffeine committee. Check out the Insta to see what's new with Mountain Esports today.
At the Mount, things are, well, elevated. And it's not just because we're on a mountain. The experience at a small college like Mount Aloysius.
Welcome in to PIEA Week 2 action. I'm MJ and joined here by Orbital. We got our first series of the day lined up between the Penn Trafford Warriors and the West Allegheny Indians. And something to look for here, Orbital. West Allegheny has not lost an overall game in a series yet, while Penn Trafford has lost one. So that could play a bit of a factor here.
It could. I mean, we are heading into week number 3, I believe. I double checked, and I think it's week 3. But either way, I do agree. It's going to be a good matchup. Both teams on the up and up in terms of how they have been playing, how they have been winning overall, and hopefully the players are set to go. We're diving straight on in. As I know the players are set to go. BO5 on the docket. Now, we do want to keep in mind that for the side of Penn Trafford, they themselves actively, okay, I can't even talk about this. Penn Trafford open up with one. They have a doubleheader today, and they want to make sure they clean this one out fast.
Just a rough touch in the midfield, trying to get to clear to the corner. Not a bad decision, just not enough power underneath it.
It's a little bit of a rough point, but overall, not bad. Good start for Penn Trafford. Very, very aggressive here in the opening. And now they're looking for even more. Hunter, in just about 10 seconds, punches Penn Trafford's second goal of the game.
Just a bit of a late reaction by Vaz trying to get off the wall. It's not the wrong play coming off the backboard. They just couldn't get there in time. 2 goals already for Penn Trafford. They're going for another one here, but just wide left of the crossbar.
And I feel this is West Allegheny having some trouble on the defensive end as Hunter is going to roll in a second already set for what looks to be a comfortable lead for Penn Trafford, not stopping with the overall aggression.
Just a little bit of a late challenge there. Just couldn't get there in enough time. And we're seeing a little bit of panic so far on the defense from West Allegheny. And it's costing them a little. Here's Hunter setting himself off the sidewall. Can't quite find the double touch. And now here's Vaz. Gets it over one. Dumps it down. Can't quite find the right angle to put it on net. Penn Trafford had that covered immediately. And now Hunter going for his third. Met by AVC. Just so far, nothing for West Allegheny. They can't keep it on their side. That's a dangerous chance. Just can't get there in time.
The ball skitters sideways, and West Allegheny seem to have kind of recovered their nerves ever so slightly. However, just recovering isn't going to be enough. You need to recover as well as get aggressive. You gave up a lot of open net in the early stages, and now you have to make up ground in the next 3.5 minutes or so. But you can't allow Penn Trafford to get some freedom closer to your net as well.
Penn Trafford still looking for their fourth. E-Rock trying to set something up. He'll rotate back towards back right. And now Vaz trying to find something here. Hunter will be there to meet him. Gets it over him. E-Rock right there to clean it up. Looking for somebody in the midfield. He'll take the shot himself. Gets past one. No one else is able to get back for the save. And Penn Trafford now lead by 4.
Very, very comfortable there. And you can feel the pacing from Penn Trafford slowing down. That was a self-pass by E-Rock, making sure the ball was firmly in control, understanding that West Allegheny are having struggles right now in intercepting passes. And so they've been very, very handedly keeping the ball in their possession, playing it slow, not getting aggressive, not going for the crazy moves just yet, and instead just playing their own game. Of course, that is a great knockback as AVC snipes away a ball and says, "Give me that goal."
That's a good response here for West Allegheny. Still down 3, but you still got 3 minutes to work with, and that's a start. They're putting a little bit more pressure on Penn Trafford now. We'll see if they can keep it in on their offensive side. They do win the kickoff. Will somebody be there to follow? Yes, AVC can't quite do much with it. Going for another touch. Double commit on the backside for the Indians, and that'll give the Warriors a chance to clear it.
I think for Penn Trafford, it's all about just, keeping that status quo +3 to their name. They don't really have to force anything. They just have to play smart as long as they don't get overly aggressive. I think they'll be able to maintain that 3-goal lead, and it's really keeping track. AVC was really able to pop off. For Charlo's, I'm not sure if they're able to play it. That's going to be an own block. I think that was not exactly the play that you want to make, but for Penn Trafford, a lucky break as they're looking at the net themselves.
good pass mid. It's just a wrong time at the wrong spot. There's just nothing really much you can do there. Here's E-Rock. CVP already tracking him slightly. Drop down mid, and it's going to be an own goal. Beauty of a skim. He just clipped on his own net.
I mean, that hurts. These are the moments I mentioned before that you got to be a little bit careful, and you don't want to make those types of mistakes. Rough one now puts it +2 to Penn Trafford, as we do have about 2 minutes left. Hanging on the ball for 2 minutes ain't impossible, but an own goal will definitely hurt in the future. Penn Trafford allowed 2 more.
CXP gets past, can't get past E-Rock. E-Rock going for a double, immediately cut off by the defense. And here's Nash trying to find something to be cleared down the field. Easy save for Hunter there. No, it isn't. He whiffs, and West Allegheny only down 1 now.
I mean, this is the fast firing pace that we like to see. Long ball hauls, and for Hunter, you're kind of kicking yourself right there. That was an easy ball to deny, and just kind of came straight on. Nobody else was in the netting. West Allegheny have a chance. They have a look about them. Hunter, though, chasing off the kickoff, not going to be able to make it as West Allegheny collapse. Very nicely done to defend their net. Going up high, touching over one of the defenders as a teammate there in time. You pass it to yourself. AVC off the right corner post, takes it home and ties us up.
I love this play right here. The fake shot from CVA2 frees up ABC. And just like that, 4-goal deficit erased, and still 1:30 left. Penn Trafford got to be shaking its head now. They'll have the kickoff here. E-Rock will try to follow. Will he have somebody in the mid? He'll try to bump, can't quite find it. And just overall aggression now coming from West Allegheny, and it's definitely showing. Penn Trafford look a little bit on their heels.
Penn Trafford there, a little bit of a struggle. You have to sit there and go, hey, what exactly went wrong? Well, got a little bit sloppy. We got a little bit lackluster. We allowed them to start playing their own game, and we got a little bit content. And now we've given them way too much space. I did say before, right, that there were going to be some problems if they allowed that extra goal to go in, and it seems they have. With a minute left, we're tied at 4-4, and West Allegheny really want to take this game number 1.
One thing to keep an eye on as well, one of their players sitting AFK at the midfield, but it doesn't seem to matter. AVC will give the Indians the lead.
Well-placed shots. Now that war cry of saying you can kick us in the early game, but late game is ours. A solid performance by West Allegheny. Yes, they were handed one by Penn Trafford, but if this is how it ends, it's a whole different story. Kickoff though, E-Rock gets a freebie thanks to the 50-50 jolt.
If this is the type of series we're gonna see, I'm honestly all for it. I love the high scoring here. Just a little bit late of a kickoff though. 49 seconds, we'll see what's gonna happen here. And it's gonna be a dust in here for Penn Trafford. They'll have a chance, probably have a pass set up in the midfield if they can get there in time. Can't quite find the right touch. And here is AXC, gets it over 1, E-Rock with the save.
That was wholly necessary. Penn Trafford need to speed themselves up ahead of the ball. E-Rock has a chance. Can they flip it to the side? Yes, they do. Anyone there to help? Oh! Hunter was so dang close, but unable to close it out. Now with 20 seconds left, it's anyone's game.
Team bump here from Penn Trafford might free up a shot. West Allegheny can't quite reach it in time. Nash, one-on-one. Can't quite get there in time to keep it in. 10 seconds now. E-Rock tries to get a pitch to send it downfield. Can't quite get it. Backboard. Shot. Sent left. Still got a chance. No time left. Rule 0 now in effect. E-Rock keeps it up for now. Penn Trafford swarming.
Might as well just dump it into the ground. Just kind of reset might be the better call. This is in front of your net, and it looks like they will OT for game number 1. 10-goal game so far. I'm loving the action here. Remember, for Penn Trafford, the longer this series goes on, the worse it feels because he got another one right afterwards. See if they can pull it off here, as that's going to be a quick kick. Right side angle held in front. RJ holds it, and that's going to be it. Penn Trafford at the end of the day take game 1.
Beautiful pass to RJ. Almost got the save, but I mean, you did get the win. But if you're Penn Trafford, it looked a little bit shaky. Did have a 4-goal lead. They did end up giving West Allegheny the lead, only for about a minute. They did look a little bit shaky towards the mid. Might be something to keep your eye on, and something as well. They had 62% in field domination, so they had the ball most of the time. It's the long booms, the passes, and West Allegheny was freeing up some space.
Oh yeah, West Allegheny, you can see the numbers. PXC and AVC were rocking it. Charlo's having a little bit of a struggle in there, but still present on the map. And I'm wondering if there'll be a little bit more available come the next game. Either way though, Hunter showing up, and you see the spread of goals, by the way, really heads up by them. 2-2-2, no hat tricks for anyone, but close enough. And the number of shots that they had, 11 total between all of them. Even though the ball possession fell nearly even across the board, field domination plus control gave Penn Trafford that victory. They just got to clean it up. Allowing so many goals in the mid-game there was almost their undoing.
And one thing I want to try to see here from West Allegheny, get Charlo involved somehow. Get him bumps or something. Cause chaos in the back line of Penn Trafford. It'll free up some more space for you. And we'll see if they do. They just need to free up space as of right now. They're getting beat a little bit in the midfield, and they're getting challenges that they need. It's just they're getting there a little bit slow. If they can get there in just enough time and get ahead, they could get a dust, and it could be a wide open net.
I'm wondering exactly where they're going to play on this as well. Big chunk of the game is basically focused around keeping AVC away from the ball, I think. And of course, PXC, that's where they're going to be focused on. But we're still kind of waiting to see exactly where they're going to play. Maybe there's a little bit of a time left. And again, here we go. Game number 2 on the rise. Penn Trafford, though. Remember, they scored 3 pretty much off rip. Let's see if they can do it again.
We do have a substitute in here now for West Allegheny. They brought in Doggy Man, using the Dama Shlama, as I like to call it. See if that gives them any sort of a boost. Bit of a team pinch here. Out to Doggy Man, cut off by PX. One-on-one, can't get it past E-Rock. Still floating dangerously. Penn Trafford will swarm to it. Backboard, too much power. Hunter, free shot, and it's just left.
Oh, that crossing the ball over the net, though, is a dangerous tactic. Kind of knew that no one on Penn Trafford was going to be in that area, but the ball's still on the West Allegheny side of the field. Now it's a slow roll out. Gonna be a huge kerfuffle on that edge. Another demo to come out, but so far everyone just kind of jostling for position. Very, very different, as the first minute is gonna go very quietly, unlike in game number 1.
I mean, they're still feeling each other out a little bit. Penn Trafford has to adjust to the substitute that the Indians brought in. Can't quite find anything yet. Doggy Man, early read. E-Rock, a little bit awkward, able to get a decent touch. Triple commit, probably a chance for a clear here for the Warriors. Can't quite get there in time. E-Rock will try and play this. PX will cut him off. And here comes CVA, or excuse me, that's AVC. And just so far, a lot better game coming out here from both teams. West Allegheny not looking as shaky as they did in the early stages of game 1, but still showing a little bit more aggression than they did on the offensive side in game 1, and that demo was a perfect point to prove that.
It really has been. And I like seeing a lot of that aggression. What a roller, though. E-Rock, I wasn't expecting that, but he was well placed. Corner kick. It's just perfection rolled on by. It's gonna be Penn Trafford stepping up to the plate. Only 1 goal, but that can be the start of the snowball.
We'll see what happens here on the kickoff. Allegheny can't quite get there in time. Low boost on the backside of West Allegheny, and they just can't quite capitalize in time.
I feel if they were able to, make a little bit of a punch, they could have rolled that one down the field a little bit faster, but it's not going to happen. And Trafford just trying to keep the ball out of the way. Remember, in game number 1, they were very, very aggressive, very high-powered, high-flying. This time around, I'm wondering if they're going to do the exact same. Nice little hop, letting the ball go towards that midfield, hold by PXC. Is anyone else going to be there? Hunter chasing off the left side, goalkeeper around and close. Nice little chance, but the bump out allows Penn Trafford to hang on to that ball. Will it continue, though? It's kind of slow pace for West Allegheny as they try and set up a goal.
PX tried to get a pinch there to get it centered, just couldn't quite get it. AVC beat by the Penn Trafford offense. Sent mid, sent away. E-Rock, shot, goal!
I mean, E-Rock showing up here and again, making use of that space. Look at that, plenty of room, takes the comfortable midfield and sends it on home. Penn Trafford now 2 up. We know what can happen in just 2 minutes though. Seen West Allegheny close the gap of about 5 goals before. Will that happen again is the question. E-Rock playing offense and defense.
PX trying to keep it in here. Can't quite get there in enough time. E-Rock with a bump. That'll free up some space for Penn Trafford to get it clear. Touched by Hunter. That'll keep the pressure on for West Allegheny. Everybody clustering up in the corner. Bit dangerous. AVC. It's over him. It should be in. Off the crossbar.
Nice little touch. It's close, but that's enough at this point. Penn Trafford, if they keep on the pressure, they're going to be happy. 1.5 left to play. The longer this goes on, the longer the drought continues, West Allegheny are going to be in a rough spot heading into game number 3. Nice demo, though. Denial tool utilized. West Allegheny lose that momentum of pace, but PXC waiting, chance dribble, not going to be in the left side. E-Rock denying yet again.
E-Rock's becoming a physical killer for this Warrior defense. Gets RJ Nash dusted there. Chance mid, off the sidewall, and it's in.
AVC finding 194 kilometers. That's a great pace right there. Took all 3, but it was necessary to break that stalemate that they've been sitting on for so long. Penn Trafford are now kind of worried. Minute left. Can't allow these differences to go to waste. See if they can pull it off the right side once again. Penn Trafford going high, ball sitting in front. Is anyone there to pick it up? Unfortunately, RJ sends it left.
Honestly, a major break for West Allegheny. They managed to get that touch off the backboard, and it made one of them miss. Off the crossbar. Will Doggy Man go? No. He'll keep it in at midfield. AVC gonna try and dust E-Rock here off the back wall. 30 seconds left to go now. PX drops it down. West Allegheny on the attack now. Doggy Man pops it for his teammate. Can't quite find the touch. Doggy Man tries to get a flick, and it's back in the left corner once again.
I mean, that clear was perfect, though. That's all they needed. Penn Trafford just wanted to make sure that the ball does not stay on their side of the field, and now they can dump it if they can. AVC, though, seeing an opportunity. Nice deny. The defense is strong, and unfortunately, Doggy grounds it. So it is going to be GG for game number 2. Well played by the end of Penn Trafford. It got hairy at the very end, but it was theirs.
Looked a little shaky, as you said. Ball possession, actually in the hands of West Allegheny this time, and field domination just a little bit lower than what Penn Trafford had last game. But West Allegheny subbed in Doggy Man. It seemed to work. They were getting some more room, and they held Hunter to just 50 score. So they're moving some people around now. They're getting fresh bodies in. They're putting more pressure on in general.
I like it. Overall, West Allegheny, we see why they have had such an amazing momentum run so far, but they are being tested now by Penn Trafford. Penn Trafford giving them their first 2 game losses of the season thus far, and might be the first series as well. West Allegheny, with the substitution, seemed to have a much better handle on how to play this game. As you mentioned, it's just converting at this point. But E-Rock, we have to talk about E-Rock this game. Very specifically, for the first 2.5 minutes, it was empty. There were no goals, no nothing. And E-Rock stepped up, scored the 2 for Penn Trafford, and really carried them on their back. I want to see what the rest of the team can do now, if they are able to kind of get their punch in this game. So that's going to be a carry. Oh, so close to an off the kickoff goal. But it bounces around the goalpost, and it's not going to go in.
Almost a beauty of a double tap from Nash. CVA gonna try and keep it in. E-Rock dusts one wide. Penn Trafford find their lead.
It's just that easy. Again, E-Rock showing up as a striker for the squad. And look at this, just barely beating out West Allegheny. It's been a steal for steal blow. I like it. Penn Trafford once again showing up strong here in the early game.
We'll see what kind of effect that has. West Allegheny knows that they can hang with them. They scored 5 goals after even being down 4 in game 1. So they know they can hang with them. They just can't quite find as much pressure now. Doggy Man trying to find something. Penn Trafford giving them nothing. There's a demo and another demo. Both one deleted on each side.
It's a nice little thing for everyone to get a little bit more physical. I always say demos are a part of the game, so use them as freely as you like. But of course, you don't want to put yourself out of position as well. Demos for demo's sake are not it. PXC, though, making sure that the ball doesn't roll too cleanly towards their net. Ball streaking, though. Is anyone in there? No, they're not. And it freely rolls as E-Rock gets his 2nd of the game.
Just a hard read to make, too. Low boost for Doggy Man. Tries to go for it, and that causes his teammate to panic in the back line. It's just the kind of things that cannot happen. There is still time, though, so not too much to worry about just yet. They need to at least get one more off the backboard. E-Rock off of a West Allegheny defender, and he will find his 3rd.
Hat trick galore. This one very much set up by the team. RJ with another assist here. And that's just destructive work. Penn Trafford coming together in this game number 3. I mentioned before when we were talking about this, MJN, I was saying, hey, I want to make sure that these guys finish the series off quick. They have another one after this, so conserving your energy, conserving your mental fortitude is such a huge point when it comes to doubleheaders. Right now they're doing so with 3-goal lead, but we also know when it comes to these two squads, it's all about what happens in the last 2 minutes.
It definitely does. Here's E-Rock trying to set up a double, taken away by ABC. And now here's PXC trying to find something. Popped by Doggy Man. Will he follow? No, it's intercepted. Beautiful setup. E-Rock has a chance now. Got a flip reset, just couldn't get there to finish it off. It'll be a free pop for Nash, and he'll try to go for something here. Over 1, over 2, off the crossbar again.
I mean, at this point, they're just going for style. How many times can you hit the crossbar? The enemy of every Rocket League player. Another shot option, though, as Hunter sees the ball go high. ABC is going to knock it away. And Trafford, though, they have been so consistent in their dogfighting this time around, making sure to always be in the right position, always challenging at the right points. And they've also shored up their defense there. They haven't given over any own goals or anything like that, and instead have always put on the full court pressure. I love what they're doing, and it's yielding results as Penn Trafford take a steady 4th goal.
Doggy Man will get credit for the save, just he couldn't get enough force to send that higher off the backboard. And it's starting to look a little rough for West Allegheny, but as we saw 10 minutes ago, they were able to come back from a 4-goal deficit. They have a little bit less time to work with here. Hunter misses. This could be a chance. Just too much on the pinch to the mid.
I mean, West Allegheny have got to come up with some sort of answer here in the 2 minutes. Yes, they flew with the goals last time, but you know Penn Trafford are much more aware of how this game can go. The game 1 jitters are gone. E-Rock flipping it to the left side, forcing their way in. Good stop by Doggy. Teammates are there. Ball rebounds back. Hunter is there to hang on. Rolls in front. ABC. It's the 2-minute warning. It's here, and West Allegheny are alive.
Penn Trafford need to watch themselves a little bit. Like I said, we've seen them come back. They looked a little bit shaky in that defensive rotation. They know they just need one more game to finish out the sweep. And unlike how it is usually on lands in RLCS, it's harder to close things out on land, but a little bit easier here. You know the team that you're playing, just struggling. A bump on Doggy Man, that'll kill a little bit more time. PXC misses, gets it past 1, gets Penn Trafford to hit it towards the mid. A dust there. Will there be a follow? Yes. No one's back on the side for West Allegheny, and AVC is able to get back in just enough time.
Minute left. It feels like all hope is draining here. Nice little bump, though, as Doggy tries to get on in, but these clusters are just burning time off RJ. No boost available. Lets it drop down to the ground, but ready to roll on in. High ball to the left side as Hunter tries to collect, but that's a rough spot, and PXC takes advantage. What a well-timed goal.
And just exactly when they needed it. I was even going to say earlier, they need to at least get one before the 1 minute mark. They did just 5 seconds below. They still have time, but they need to score quick. They might get it here, but no, it's far left.
See how long it continues to go. Penn Trafford. Maybe getting a little bit shaky, but if they score one more, they're going to be happy. They're rolling the ball out, though, to that right side. AV saying no big deal. RJ in position, but flying in as PXC makes it far more difficult. We're in a 1-goal game, and it's all West Allegheny's momentum.
Penn Trafford might be feeling a little bit of deja vu right now. They look a little bit more shaky now. They're starting to panic a few of their touches. It's freeing up space for the Indians. We'll see what happens here on the kickoff. They do get the win. That'll drain a little bit of time off the clock. A pinch by RJ. Under 30 to go now. West Allegheny trying to find some sort of clear. A little bit of a team bump there. Might kill a little bit more of their momentum as we near 10 seconds to play.
I mean, this is very doable. Penn Trafford, though, they're sweating a little bit. Another ball over. Good clear by RJ. That was so necessary. And the defense is strong. Hunter rushing up the left side of the field. Nobody in the net. Crosses in front. It misses, but it doesn't matter. RJ has control. If you just let it touch the ground, it's over. Nice little punch by West Allegheny, though. They're going to try and hang on. Can they juggle? No, they can't. Penn Trafford take the series.
Would have been a little bit of a rough roll 0-2. No boost on the side of West Allegheny, but didn't really matter too much. Just couldn't really get that catch. As we see here again, field domination. This time a little bit more favorable on the side of Penn Trafford. A lot more shots, and it definitely showed. They panicked a little, like we saw. West Allegheny putting some pressure on them. Penn Trafford, though, stuck through it. And that'll be really good momentum to take into their second series.
I mean, I could see it going so many different ways. E-Rock really showed up in games 2 and 3. One of my favorite players to watch so far. I can only imagine they're going to continue to have this kind of momentum pushed along the way. Hunter in game number 1, by the way, was a big star, was able to get 2 goals very quickly on. Actually, everyone in that game for Penn Trafford did. Their late game, though, needs a little bit of work. They tend to get a little bit shoddy towards the very end, which has allowed a lot of these +1 situations to occur, which always terrifies me, because then you really have to make sure that you're in control of the ball. I like having a +2 if you already have a higher difference between the two teams. So I hope they shore it up for series number 2 and see if they take both here on the day.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a short break here whenever we come back.
Everyone's seen death in their dreams, but we still wake up and go to sleep. Everyone's seen death in their dreams, but we still wake up from our sleep. I'll be home soon. You don't gotta fight alone. You don't gotta fight alone.
Welcome back into PIEA coverage. We're going to be switching over to Division 1 between the Penn Trafford Warriors once again and the Boyertown Bears. Once again, like our last series, both teams undefeated. So we're just going to look for the same type of aggressiveness from Penn Trafford. One thing we will note, this is a different roster. And they are coming off their win of the Land of Steel on Saturday in a 4-1 win over Cannon McMillan. So they're going to look to try to continue that success here.
I love it. Hey, huge props to them coming off of a win. Yes, it was only one series, but it was BO7, and they crushed it 4-1. I do fully expect them to have their hearts set for another victory here. This is only a BO5, so it's 3 games. That's all they need to win, and they're going to try and take it. As you mentioned, Boyertown has a chance. They're also a squad that have been running pretty hard here, but in week number 3, big part about this is making sure to stay consistent. One of the big things that we saw with the other roster for Penn Trafford, they got a little bit shaky towards the late game. They started to allow some goals to go through, so I want to see this varsity squad really have their wheels underneath them in a comfortable position, as it's starting off pretty dang strong, but it crosses on the bar, and it's not going to go in.
A little bit of a shaky start there for Penn Trafford. Nothing lost yet. Boyertown going to go on the attack now. Bag of Skittles, waiting mid. They'll try to get the pass to him, cut off by literally Lloyd. They'll be sent back into Boyertown's side. Past one, not past WAF.
I think I like this so far. Again, you can already tell the amped up speed of both these rosters. One of the big things that we saw from the earlier division, obviously a little bit shaky on the mechanics, a little bit slower on the rolls, but this Penn Trafford squad, I think, have a very comfortable pacing to them. Same with Boyertown. Both these squads are very much in control. They understand how to pass and how to deny as well. So I'm liking what we're seeing thrown down. And even though it's been quiet for a full minute, I expect these two to be going at a pretty nice pace.
Bag of Skittles. Gonna try to send it over towards the right wall to his teammate. Can't quite get there. Trincia almost had a chance. Here's WAF. Gonna take it mid. Pass literally Lloyd. Slot bottom left corner. And the Bears take the first lead.
Very squeaky goal right there. WAF says thank you. Floyd just a little bit slow on that charge. Was playing a little bit outside the netting. And Boyertown sneak it away, so Penn Trafford set behind a little bit early on, and land winners are going to have to take a little bit of time to kind of revamp. Again, this is BO5. You have a few moments to play with, a little bit of a safety net, if you will, but nobody likes going 0-1 at the start of a series.
Penn Trafford tried to get it back right there. A bump in the midfield. That'll slow down pressure a little bit. And here comes Penn Trafford on the attack. And YK Noah will tie it up for Penn Trafford.
Solid pass off of that scuffle over there on the right side. It was well thought out as well. You had a good read, and YK really clean on the entry from mid, tying things up. Kickoff though, these are where a lot of mistakes can occur, which we might almost be seeing here. The shot rolls away and it's an opportunity. What did I just say, MJN? WAF takes a second for Boyertown.
Just a misflip by Penn Trafford. I mean, it's not a bad play. It's just a bad read off the sidewall. So don't kick yourself too much. You're only down 1, and you still have 3 minutes to fix it. And here's a chance off the kickoff. WAF with a perfect cheat up. Skittles gonna send it towards the mid. Ryder beaten by Noah. Noah gonna go off the backboard. No, taken away by WAF.
WAF so far really showing up for the team of Boyertown, but can they do it again? Deep save, and it's punted straight to the midfield. It looks like YK is saying, I don't want to force it. Let's go ahead and let it roll back to the rest of the team. Off the top nose of Boyertown. Sky high right side. Is anyone able to pick it up in time? Yes, they are. Bounces off the right side again. And Trafford unable to get a clean shot on the goal.
Penn Trafford gonna send it back in, bag of Skittles, to the middle towards Ryder. Take it to the left wall. No one there to challenge yet for Penn Trafford. Maybe a bit of a cluster chance there that they could have had to set up something in the midfield. Waff tries to take it away. We'll keep it in the mid. Ryder with a pinch out. Or no, excuse me, that was bag of Skittles towards Ryder. Can't quite get there. Lloyd, one-on-one, and he gets it past him, and the game is now tied.
Ooh, these are very narrow goals, but Lloyd makes it look easy. Saw the read from Waff, made it difficult. That's a clean play. And once again, we're right back in that same area, MJN. We're set right back at the 2-minute marker, meaning anything can go here.
Waff off the ceiling. What a shot by Waff off the ceiling. Thought he was going to get that off the backboard, but he'll just take the ceiling pinch instead.
I mean, you can almost see YK going, no way you made that. Again, a little bit slow off that read. And Penn Trafford need to find a way to shut down Waff at this time, because that's going to be a little bit of a fake off kickoff. Ball rolling a little bit sideways. Waff making sure to set up on the major boost. It's going to be enough, though. High ball denied by YK. Ryder in the mid, not going to be able to carry everyone currently away and aside. Nice deny, though, as a bag uses that demo to create a little bit more space for Boyertown. It's going to be a slow roll in, but X saying no thank you. They want that goal, and Penn Trafford want to tie it up.
Noah trying to find something here. Lloyd will take it off the mid wall. Can't quite find anything. Gets past Ryder. Bit of a panic on defense. Just a little bit of a shaky section there for the Bears. They're able to get it away. Waff tries to get something going. Taken away by Noah. Noah shot on net. It's taken away by Waff. Dangerous back in the midfield off the top bar. And once again, as Hot Sauce calls it here, the most valuable post denying yet another goal for Penn Trafford. And here comes Boyertown on the counterattack, but just sent away by Penn Trafford.
I mean, at this point, it feels like Penn Trafford are a little bit frustrated. They haven't gotten a clean shot on goal so far. It's a little bit difficult, but that's a pass off the side. Great defense once again by Boyertown. They're playing exceptionally on this defensive end. The shield in front of the net is maintaining this +1 for them. Penn Trafford starting to get a little bit desperate here as we got 30 seconds left on this first game. And they need a victory of some sort. They need to find a demo, a break, an opportunity for themselves.
Under 30 to go now. Penn Trafford has the ball going the right way. Here comes Extrencia. Can't quite find it. Sent away by Boyertown. Lloyd will keep it in. Tries to get it past one. Can't. Bit of a double commit on defense. Past mid. No one there. That was an opportunity. Just no one in the midfield.
The punch up. Juggles can be a bound here. Good grounder. Is anyone there? Nice touch. But it's hard to get convergence on that net. They do prop it up for the moment. The juggle is going to be tough as it goes the wrong way. And Boyertown ground that ball. Game number 1. Striking at the Penn Trafford squad. Well done by the Bears.
Strong start for Boyertown. And even though they did lose, it was a strong start for Penn Trafford. As shown once again, field domination. They had the lead in that. It's just always those booms. And especially one person to point out. We need to point out Waff here. 946 score off just 49 touches. Beautiful play from him and beautiful play all around from Boyertown.
I mean, I feel like when you get a hat trick so quickly for your team, it's a well-deserved 946, right? Very, very well done for themselves. We're headed straight into game number 2 as Boyertown are looking to try and take this even further. Remember when I said that for Penn Trafford, you have a couple safety net moments. If you don't shore up what made you fall to that safety net in the first place, you're not going to be able to walk the tight wire. So let's see if they can take this game number 2 and bring themselves to a 1-1 tie.
Waff, shot on net, gets past the defense. Waff once again putting himself on notice. Gets it past 2. Or, well, more 1. He had 1 on the side, but still, nevertheless, goal for Boyertown. And this time, it's Boyertown taking the first lead as compared to when Penn Trafford scored first.
Penn Trafford seems slow on those defensive ends. And it's so surprising because, again, they did so well before. Waff now 5 straight for Boyertown. This is out of this world individual strength. Look at this.
I think someone might need to check Waff's controller. I think it's on fire right now. Penn Trafford needs to find something to just slow Waff down. Just challenge him early, bump him, demo him, do something. He's beating you in nearly every single way, and here he is again, getting it past 2. Can't get it past the 3rd.
I mean, I mentioned it before, finding a way to shut down Waff is paramount in this series. It feels like, hey, if you're gonna do anything, just demo him, do something. Get him off his rhythm, because he is playing so cleanly right now. If you leave even a space, it's problematic. Once again, another shot on net. Penn Trafford can't make it work though. So Boyertown send Ryder towards that mid. Once again, we're watching Waff just say, hello, I am ready. And immediately on the defensive end, once again, punts it high. Good coverage by Lloyd. Where's he gonna go next? A little bit of a reverse. High ball though. Over the top, Ryder has an opportunity.
Just couldn't quite get the right touch. Skittles gonna take it off the wall. He has Ryder in the mid. He's going to try to go off the backboard. All 3 of Penn Trafford surround the backboard, not making sure not to give any room. Ryder keeps it in. Going to be sent away by Noah. And just overall, here's Waff again. Just, they need to find some way to slow Waff down because he is cooking right now for Boyertown. Noah gets a clear. Just can't quite find anything yet on the side of Penn Trafford.
And Waff is ready. Waff with a little bit of a slow, waiting for the ball to drop in the mid. Good coverage. Grab and dribble to the right side. Bump out though by Wino. Wino really keeping track at this point. So Penn Trafford starting to make adjustments, but is it too little too late? 2 minutes expired. For Boyertown, feeling pretty comfortable. You know Waff has what feels like innate skills to get these goals all the time. What a little bit of a lip. Ball drops in front of the nets. Penn Trafford wiped the sweat from the brow as that ball doesn't go in the net.
Penn Trafford, a little bit of a break there. Off the crossbar from Waff. Waff's just finding all kinds of angles right now. Ryder gonna try to set himself up off the ceiling. Can't quite get the touch there. Bag of Skittles will go now. And it will be sent left. Lloyd gonna send it towards the midfield. Gets a demo as well. Can't quite find Waff. And here's Extrencia. Met again by Waff. Waff being the pillar so far for the Bears.
Took a little bit of a moment, but it feels like a little bit of a glimmer of hope. This one, Extren, very well timed in a singular goal. The question is, can you do it again? Boyertown haven't really left too many gaps in their defense. That one feels almost like a misnomer. Let's see if it can occur again for Penn Trafford to tie us up.
Bag of Skittles trying to get a demo, or excuse me, a double there.
Oh no!
Noah! No! Waff once again, he's got the hat trick. It's just a missed touch here by Noah. I mean, it's not a bad play. He's trying to read the backboard. He just couldn't get down quick enough.
I will say though, I feel like that was kind of obvious where it was gonna go. It feels bad because you had so much time to react. And you just couldn't. Penn Trafford down 2 once again, and Waff, as you mentioned, 3. All 6 of the goals so far have been scored by Waff specifically to put Boyertown in a comfortable spot. He's looking for a 7th off the backboard, looking it low, and he does. That's 7. At this point, it's just a Brazil.
That is a nasty double tap by Waff. That is just, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, you just, if you demo him or bump him, it'll free up, but he'll just find a way regardless.
At this point, it almost feels like a Ryder and a bag of Skittles are literally just running interference. They're there saying, okay, we understand Waff is playing out of his mind right now. Let's keep it up. Let's go ahead and continue that momentum as the ball chases further on in. Is it gonna go in? No, it goes off the left side. Ryder closes it out though. And it is gonna be Boyertown making that lead even further.
Ryder getting credit, when in all honesty, it should be literally Lloyd who gets credit for it. Own goals, just tried to get back in time, just panicked a little bit, rushed his touch. Boyertown closing in on a Brazil. And if they're playing like they are right now, they can definitely get there with 1:10 left.
I don't know what Boyertown had, whether it was watching Penn Trafford win the Land of Steel, watching them take that crown and saying, dude, that could have been ours. There is a fire underneath them right now as they are looking to take control of this league and of this season. Waff with a floater and a half, just playing around, burning more time off the clock.
Bag of Skittles. We'll send it mid. No one will be there. Penn Trafford has a chance to do something. At least trying to find some sort of positive note here as game 2 winds down. Literally Lloyd. Waff on him immediately. Noah tries to get a clear, kept in by Boyertown. Extrencia gets a clear, met there by Bag of Skittles. It's just, that feels like the constant theme too. All of the clears for Penn Trafford are met immediately by the Boyertown defense.
At this point, it is pretty much gone. Boyertown, one more game to go. They will be taking this series. Ball is juggled for just a moment longer and forced to the ground. Boyertown, I mean, are looking so dang good.
I mean, Penn Trafford's doing everything they can. And like I said, most of their clears are being met immediately by Boyertown. And there's perfect proof of that. They have just the edge in ball possession and a massive edge in field domination. And look at some of the stats as well. 48 touches for Waff, 4 goals off 9 shots. He had more shots than Penn Trafford did combined. So they need to find some way, just anything to slow Waff down.
I mean, I just go for, I don't know, bumps, anything. So far, Waff has been the one to score 7 out of the 8 goals that Boyertown have made so far. And there just doesn't seem to be any time to stop. Of course, there's that first one. There's a demo that we called for. MJN, they're starting to make it happen. And all of a sudden, that's an open net opportunity. Good to now as Waff respawns and immediately clears that ball out. And I think we're going to see a very different Penn Trafford this game around.
Definitely. We already saw the demo come out on Waff. So they're definitely trying to clear up some space. Here he is again. Power shot on net. Double commit. Maybe a chance here if they can get there in enough time. Skittles sends it off the backboard. No follow. And here's a pinch off the top crossbar. No one's able to get there in time, and Penn Trafford find their lead.
And one of the most open space opportunity moments. It feels like Wino was able to give a little bit of hope back to Penn Trafford. When the ball is that clear and the net is that open, you have to make the most of it. You can't be missing those easy ones. So I like what Penn Trafford have done so far.
Now, that's just the main question is, can you slow Waff down for 4 minutes? We'll have to see. He hasn't been able to find any space as of yet. Gets a touch here, gonna take it off the wall. No, he's gonna leave it. And here he comes now. He'll send it off the corner. Noah there to meet him. He'll try to get it clear. There's a demo in the midfield. That'll relieve some of the pressure for Boyertown as they were able to delete one of Penn Trafford's defenders. Just couldn't quite follow. Here comes Waff. Off the backboard. Will he try to find something? It's centered. Waff can't get there in enough time.
I mean, that was so close in there. And for those that might not know what a Brazil is, there was a very famous World Cup game involving Brazil as Waff sets it up once again. A score to tie things up, but I do want to answer the question slated before. What is a Brazil? It is when a team puts a score of 7-1 over an opponent in a single game. I called it a Brazil though because Waff is looking like a single team destroyer as they have scored 8 of 9 goals in this series alone. A masterclass in performance.
And here he comes again, passing to Skittles. Can't quite get there in time. No, we'll clear. 2-on-1 opportunity here for Penn Trafford. They both go for the ball. Bit of a risky play. And here comes Extrencia. Can't quite find anything. Another double commit on the side of Penn Trafford. It's just overall really panic so far.
It is just ridiculous pacing right now. 2 minutes expired. We're seeing Penn Trafford get a little bit itchy for goals, sending almost a full court press on them. Midfield Extren Gonna set things up in pace. Redirect not going to work. Boyertown, though, leaving a lot of space in the middle, and that's gonna be an open net. Extrencia says thank you very much and slams home a second for Penn Trafford. The first time in this series that they have had a lead.
And they just, like I said earlier, when they got that one goal to have the 1-0 lead, just, can you slow down WAF? They've been doing a good job of it so far. They haven't given him too much space. Here he is with a skim. It's going to be met immediately by Noah. Penn Trafford looking a little bit more aggressive than they did in the first 2 games. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. Ryder off the backboard. Can't quite get there, and the follow by Skittles isn't in either.
Boyertown looking for it. Wow. That did not look like it was going to go in, but WAF feather taps that ball into the net. Nobody was ready for it and ties us up. There's no way WAF hits double-digit goals over the series, right?
Honestly, at the rate he's going right now, he might. But
he's at 9. I believe he's at 9 alone, so...
I think one thing that
No, he did it! That's 10!
And there's 10 for WAF. As I was gonna try to say, you need to not give him any sort of space. Like that shot we saw off the ceiling, just if you give him room, he's gonna make you pay, and he definitely did right there. And now Boyertown has the lead with just 2 minutes to go.
I'm terrified. What a great save there. But of course, a quick save again as WAF denies yet a second chance at a goal. But the high ball as Extrencia stands in front. We're down to 2 minutes. Ryder going with the flat side card. Does a little bit of a flip. Good stop by Extrencia yet again. But WAF is on the high ground, has enough boost. Can you redirect in time off the netting? Opportunity. Abagasio sees it. And boom, you see the rainbow. Well played, as that's +2 over to the side of Boyertown.
He still almost managed to get that double off the sidewall there too. I mean, there's just nothing you can do if you're Penn Trafford. I mean, you're trying your best. You're going for bumps. You're doing anything you can. But WAF is still finding space. Here's Lloyd gonna try to do something. WAF there to meet immediately. Lloyd gonna try and cut on this. He'll leave it for a teammate for Extrencia. Extrencia's just no boost. That's another thing that's been a constant story. Penn Trafford's been doing defense on mostly low boost, and that's also giving the Bears a lot of room.
You play the boost game, it is perfectly in your control. Take a look at that. Penn Trafford completely out just now. Got a few more on the far end. See what Boyertown decide to do. That's going to be off the wall. Penn Trafford opportunity, but the ball skitters. Nobody was there to cover. It's now Boyertown with a minute left saying, I see that finish line. They're about to put Penn Trafford, the varsity squad, into the dirt in a 3-0. And they want to do it cleanly. They don't want any doubt in anyone's mind.
40 seconds to go now. Penn Trafford trying to find something. Sent mid, Boyertown swarming. WAF will clear. He's gonna go here for something. Has a reset available to him, doesn't need it. Gets a depth mode, 30 seconds now. Penn Trafford able to get into the offensive side. Lloyd gonna try to set somebody up in the midfield. WAF will clear. There's a shot. WAF again with another save. And that just might sew up this series for Boyertown.
At this point, I don't think there's any way you can win. Unfortunately, Penn Trafford will fall. WAF clears it just one more time. Crossbar denies, but the time winds down. It's all over here as Penn Trafford cannot deal with WAF, who has single-handedly destroyed their defense and puts Boyertown up a series.
Just a strong overall performance for Boyertown. Penn Trafford looking a little shaky, especially after that land on Saturday. But if I would have to set my MVP overall this series, it has to be WAF. There's nobody else it can be. He was pulling out all the mechanics, the flip resets, the ceiling shots, the double tap that we saw. But here's something else to note. Penn Trafford had the lead in field domination, so they were getting things done. They just couldn't find the shots they needed.
Yeah, it's been tough, and I do think that on the other side, I mean, Waffle's also playing really good defense. We saw multiple times where he was flying in, meeting in that midfield or right in front of the goal and making sure that the ball didn't cross over. You knew that Penn Trafford were actively aiming for those goals. It's a squad that shouldn't be feared, and Boyertown came with just the right amount of pressure, I think, and obviously Waff playing out of their mind. I think Penn Trafford just kind of faltered after the game number 1. It's tough to bounce back when you see a player play that exceptionally. In game 2 and 3, they just weren't able to recover. Well played by Boyertown.
It was well played indeed. And one thing, Waff, I mean, if anybody was watching, you got eyes coming on you next week, because your next series, they're going to be going. They're going to be going after you. They're going to figure out how do we stop him. But you just put all of Division 1 on notice.
I loved it. I loved it. And that, of course, will mean that Penn Trafford across their 2 teams go, 1-1 in series score. One team got 3-0, one team gets 0-3. It's kind of how Rocket League works after a while. So again, it's still early in the season. It's only week 3. There's more games to play and more series to try and win. So I am for sure understanding that Penn Trafford, they're going to have something to say further on.
And that is, I believe that's all we have here today. We would also like to thank Mr. Man Can Man behind the scenes getting our production in. And honestly, just last words for me. Trust in yourself and you'll succeed. I'm MJN. He's Orbital. We will see you next time.
We'll be right back.